their generation has issues. In Jos, we had issues there. In Makodi, which eventually became our albatross, we had problems with Professor Dian in there with the expulsion of 107 students. There were challenges in Uniben with the Mecca veterans. There was in Delsu with the Abaka Kobiri and Bo. Virtually across the country, Moses was not going to spare a day to allow these issues to stay. And unfortunately, on the 1st of September, he had called some of us to arrive. Only 2 people missed that trip. Fashayo Anthony, my president then at Obafemi University, and Oluwole Badmus, the one we call Wole B. And the next thing was we left Ekuma around 5 a.m., hoping to get there at the point of meeting the visitation panel instituted by the then Obasanjo administrator to look into all universities in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. 24 kilometers to Makodi at Adoka, we suffered an auto accident, and then exactly a minute after 9, Moses died, and 54 minutes later, 5 minutes to 10, Livingston Chave Wanga, the man with the popular saying that it is dangerous not to decide when you need to decide. But when it's deciding not to decide, it's a dangerous and unhealthy decision. Also passed on at 5 minutes to 10. But we thank God for the lives of the others that we made it. God has a purpose for everybody's life. And ecclesiastically, Moses and Livingstone ended on that day, but their names live on.
Their names lives on. Yeah, you mentioned Morris. Morris is part of the. I mean, Morris. He was the former chairman of Ovia. Is it Ovia West or Ovia wherever local government in
I think
Ovia North. Yeah, he was part of the struggle too in those days. I think he was the student union president too.
Morris was detained at the time. He was also detained. Morris has a story, and I'm sure he can tell it better. I can attest to the fact that Morris was part of the leadership of the student movement at a very terrible period in the history of actually ended and began with their generation. Because by then, their generation witnessed the death of Abacha, the institution of new democratic moves, the release of key political gladiators of today. So it was not easy. We may have had different political leanings, but those who found a way of always working together. His president, Bashir Abdullahi, I'm sure is still in the Federal Republic of Nigeria today. Their Senate was not an easy one. It was always hot. It was not by cutlass or bottle, as we witness today. People came with their intellect. And then you just have to pick from such high intellect to make a balanced and informed decision that will carry everybody along.
Intellect, not the cutlass and whatever today. So before you go, how do you, I mean, the student union of those days and now, I mean, how do you compare them? Because now we are seeing that most of the students union, whatever, now they are now more of into politics with the politicians than being an activist and struggling for the people.
My dear brother, we have different challenges with today's mass. You walk through the streets of Akure or any state in Nigeria and start seeing an organization you almost gave your life for being given name place, and youth council, NAS, and the people driving this name place have dubious and scrupulous character. So, in fact, NAS election is tougher than the APC convention today. You understand me? And if you say you don't know why, then you are being economical with the truth. We also have to say, Sir King Koko Goma Samanin Goma, which Yoruba will say Oba Mewa Iba Mewa. That was a different time, a different day. And as it is, in our own days, we have to confront a different society. Today's society, whether they are prepared or not prepared, is having its own choice of leadership. To judge them spiritually will be left to God. To judge them physically is left to the people and to cut in our own days. If you go and bring a car from government house or from somewhere that you cannot explain, they popular.
So if you bring a car to the campus as whatever, you have to explain to the student where you get the car from.
Even outside the campus, in our days, Yorubas have to say, your child does not work in the laundromat.
And he's bringing clothes.
Please come with different kinds of clothing materials. And the question is, he has to explain the connection between not working near a laundromat or a clothing shop and where he's getting all the clothes. But today, you can become a deacon from bringing stolen clothes to church. You can become an Ushubadini from doing the same nefarious activity. So it's a general society and social problem.
Wow. So the last question for you, do you still have your alumni? I mean, as in the national body of those days, your friends, like Morris now is connecting from you from here and other people all over across the globe.
We do. We try to bring ourselves together. I have various kind of friends. Some of them you call eccentric. Some people will call Morris too eccentric because they will disagree with you on fundamental issues. Then Melaya is there. There's Tijani Kabir. A whole lot of them. We have judges of the high courts as of today who are part of us. We have a deputy governor in Shaibu Phillips. We have deputy governor in Onoja in Kogi State. We have speakers of House of Assembly in Delta, in Akwa Ibom. Well, we are moving forward. And of course, we have a student, we have majority of us who get that support as kept alive for different reasons. And I'm sure God will glorify those he needs to glorify, as he does glorify they who he needs to glorify. But most importantly, I pray that God keeps us all in great condition, blesses us with great testimonies, in the mighty name of his Son.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Barrister Mose Babalola, popularly known as Obesere. Please, your parting words this morning. Your parting word this morning for the Laje and SLDO, those two people.
Oluwole is his surname. The first name is Monei. You said Moshe. Monei.
Okay, Monei, sorry.
Abake. That's the name of Abake. What is important, according to the Ecclesiastes, is to fear God and keep his commandments. Let us do well by ourselves and by society. And when we are able to manage this, society will be great, a great place to live for all of us. Of course, I thank your media and the organization and the opportunity to be able to at least express my own views of what is going on locally within the context of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and those states this morning.
Thank you very much, comrade, and thank you for your time. We really appreciate your time with us this morning from here, because right now it's our 3 a.m. here, which I know is about 9 a.m. in Nigeria.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
15 minutes after 9.
Yeah, it's just 15 minutes after 3 here. So Nigeria is 6 hours ahead. Yeah. Thank you very much, and God bless. I will wish you the best in your endeavors.
Thank you, my brother. God bless you.
Yeah. Yeah, we just finished speaking with Barrister Monei. I think Babalola Monei, that's a Obesere. That's what we all know him to be. And you see that he has really made justice to everything. He has told us what it ought to be in for Laje and SLDO. and his experience too during his student union days. You agree with me that this guy is an encyclopedia of knowledge and of struggle. He's a well-known activist in Nigeria, and today again of recent he has been called to the bar, and we wish him the best in all his endeavors. Thank you very much. Having said that, we still on the news here. As I said earlier, we continue to bring to your fora issues that is bordering on our landscape in Nigeria, and one of it, again, as I said earlier, is the letter from some group of progressives. I mean, progressive from Ondo South, that is from Ilaje and Eseldo. Again, I want to read out the letter and the revelations to the hearing of all my viewers, so that you will know that we are blaming Buhari, that Buhari is not working, Buhari is this, is not working. Buhari is actually working in some aspects, because Buhari cannot come to have governors in all these areas. And also the governors too, they cannot leave, like my governor cannot leave Akure and go to govern in Irele, or to go to govern in Ibokoda, or to go and govern in Akoko or in Shukpari. No, that's why we have local government chairmen. That's why we have the three tiers of government: the local government, the state government, and the federal government. And you agree with me that the most important of all these three tiers of government is the local government, because the local government is close to the people. These are the ones that are close to the grassroots. These are where the development ought to have started from. But if they are not getting the funds meant for them, there's not any development that can take place. So listen, if we know, I'm one of the biggest critics of Buhari. Yes, in some other aspects he has failed, but in the aspect of welfare to the state, which should have translated to the people suffering, he has tried. Monies that have not been paid from the inception of this democracy in 1999. We just heard that Buhari has been releasing that money to the state governors. Buhari has been releasing that money to the local government chairmen. But there is nothing to show. What we have is hunger in the land. The people are suffering, they are hungry in the midst of plenty. So please listen carefully to this letter. Ondo State Governor should immediately account for Unsupadek Fund. Unsupadek is the arms, is the agency that is overseeing the oil producing local government in Ondo State. That is Ondo State oil producing area. They are the one that are overseeing that area. So the 13% accrue to Ondo State. 40% of that 13% ought to be lying in Eseldo and Ilaje. These are the two local governments that are oil producing area in Ondo State, that make Ondo State an oil producing state. Ondo State governor should immediately account for, according to Garba Shehu, the presidential spokesman, 47.7 billion had been paid to all 9 oil producing states as 13% derivation funds on withdrawal of excess crude account, without deducting derivation from 2004 through 2019. From this, Ondo State got 19.4 billion, which was paid between 2nd of October 2021 and January 11, 2022. The sum of 64.8 billion was also paid as a refund of 13% derivation fund on deduction from NMPC that didn't pay it from 1999 to December 2021. Ondo State got 3.7 billion from this, in addition to the first payment of 9.4 billion. Every of the 9 states also received 4.7 billion as Shopee. Another 4.7 billion, add it again, plus what is on ground. As Shopee, paid from 2009 to 2015. This was paid on November 10, 2022, just last month. The Federation account on the 10th of November 2022 paid each local government council in the 9 states 3.52 billion, which means SLDO local government collected 3.52 billion, Ilaje local government collected 3.52 billion as refund on withdrawal for subsidy, and Shopee ought to have been paid between 2009 and 2015. Buhari was paying backlogs of money that are not paid by his predecessors. In November 2022, each of the 18 local governments in Ondo State received 3.5 billion. This is for the whole state now, local government in the state. 3.5 billion times 18, because we have 18 local government. 3.5 billion per local government was paid in November. Is from the source, from the office of the Accountant General of the Federation. That is to tell you it's authentic. On Sopadec, that is the agency in charge of the oil producing area, that is in charge of Ilaje and SLDO. In line with the legal instrument that established it, derived its funds from the 40% of the 13% oil derivation fund paid into Ondo State purse. The total amount of money that Sopadec has collected is estimated to be about 31.38 billion. 31.3 billion. Again, the total amount of money that Sopadec has collected is estimated to be about 31.3 billion. 40% of this money is about 12.5 billion. Note that this money is not part of the monthly allocation. This is a different money. And other payments made between 2nd October 2021 and November 2022 that the arrears were paid. This amount is not part of it. Note also that the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria forbids any governor in Nigeria from spending inappropriately approved funds. Within the period the arrears were paid, no records to prove that this money had been appropriated either in the main or supplementary budgets for the approval of the State Assembly. The people of Ilaje and SLDO deserve to know where this money and other such money are kept. It is on record that since 2017, no project. It is on record that since 2017, no project has been commissioned in Ilaje and SLDO by the Akeredolu's administration. The government is requested to account that have no direct bearing of benefit to us. The government should immediately account for its money to show that the money is not part of the money being used to sponsor APC candidates in Ondo Southern Senatorial District, as we have alerted our people on. Account for this money to show why we should vote for APC in the forthcoming election. This is a mind-blowing revelation. And Ondo State government has not been paying salaries. Our civil servant has been reduced to nothing, to pauper, to beggar. And this is a state that have received billions of backlogs, which the money that accrued to the state when even the governor was not even the governor. Buhari was paying arrears since 1999 to date. 1999, when he was not even there doing Obasanjo, Buhari, the money that other presidents did not pay, Buhari paid to these governors. And most of these governors sat on this money of the people, and they hide it from the people. They embezzled this, they looted this money. If not for Wike that came out, if not for Wike that is commissioning projects every month, we wouldn't have known that all these states are as rich as this. We would have known that all these local governments are as rich as this. 3.5 billion are given to local government just last month. Nothing to show. Before now, billions have been paid to oil-producing local governments, Ilaje and Eseodo. Nothing to show. We all know that these governors, they have untwisted the local government chairman. Any money that comes to them is back to the state, and which is unconstitutional. This issue, in a sane climb, is enough to call for the impeachment of a governor, because they have erred. It's enough. You don't spend money that is not being appropriated. You don't spend money that is not being approved by the State Assembly. That is looting. Any money spent without approval of the House is nothing but looting. And looting is fraudulent. And anything fraudulent, which means you have gone against the oath you have sworn, that you sworn in to be accountable to the people. To you, it is fair that you have been just changed. We know that some leaders from those areas, they go and collect their money, selfish money, without recourse to the other people. Elijah has been in darkness. Ikali has been in darkness. Ondo South have been in darkness. This money collected will have been enough to restore light in Ondo South if you have a kind-hearted governor. The money collected, the 13%, the 40% of Zopadek is enough to restore light in Ondo South. Up to this moment, Ondo South is in darkness. Think about it. This is not about politics. This is about facts. This is not about witch hunting. Think about it. Is it justifiable? Is it nice that a government elected by the people is suffering the people? The money that is meant for the people. We all know that the only project Sopadek is doing is the project of the First Lady. Fuso, Bimo, Brekan, that is where they're spending Sopadek money on. The money that is meant for the Arubos, Ilajes, Ijos, Apois. These are the money they are spending in Akure. These are the money they say they are using to train some people, to train some students, to train some guests and whatever. These are the money that is meant to have been developed the people of Ilaje and SLO people. We learned the second office of the First Lady is Osopadek. They sat down on it. And we continue to say, anybody, I remember James Anley Chase. He said you cannot eat from the mafia and live to enjoy it. All of you that are stealing the people's money, all of you that are suffering the masses, stealing what is their entitlement, stealing their joy, you will not get joy. It's just like that. You won't get joy. God will inflict you with a strange disease that you will be looking for cure. That money you stole, you will use it to be looking for cure around the world. You will see cancer. Cancer will inflict you that you will be looking for cure everywhere in the world because you have suffered some generation. Civil servant. Well, at this junction, I would call it a day, and I said, good morning to everybody. Good morning to my people. But think about it. Is it fair? Is it nice what they are doing to our people in Nigeria? I'm here, and I'm seeing how things work here. Political office is not a money-making venture. Political office is a service to the people. Good morning.
Anasiko Music Festival Okitipupa 2022. Second edition yìí máa dùn yàtọ̀ sá. Ní 27th of December, Government Field lókìtìpupa Bayete. Bírípù Anasiko Dancing Competition. Award presentation fáwọn ọmọ wa pàtàkì ní Ìlàjẹ, Ìkálẹ̀ àti Àpọ́yìn. Lecture by our guest speaker, Professor Francis Igbasan. And other captivating programs ló máa wáyé ń bẹ̀. Ọ̀nà arákùnrin Akérédolú and his deputy in a distinguished guest of honor. Chief Mrs. Ọládùnní Odò SSG. Chiefo. Àwọn alága wa ni Engineer Henry Ọlátúnjọyè. Àìsàn Mike Akínfọlárin. Dr. Daguro. And Ambassador Olúṣọlá Èjì. The royal fathers of the day are Àpòdì of Ìkálẹ̀. Kàlàsùwé of Àpọ́yìn. Ọba Mahin Kingdom, Ọba Omi Kingdom, and other ọba. Nígbà tí Jẹ́gun of Ìdèpé Òkìtìpupa máa jẹ́ royal host. Barrister Jimoh Ibrahim MFA. Barrister Bọ́lá Àjàyí, former deputy governor. Yóò bá wa péjú ń bẹ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ wa pàtàkì bẹ́ẹ̀. Sima Shinap and Regajin. Ló bá aṣọ onígbọ̀wọ́ ètò yìí. 27th of December. Bírípù Anasiko Music Festival. By Ìkálẹ̀ Ìlàjẹ Àpọ́yìn Culture and Tradition Group.
Yes, you have heard from that. That is Biripo Anasiko Cultural Night is coming up on the 27th of December. And as you know, I'm a cultural ambassador here in North America. And so we stand by anything that is promoting our culture. And I'm using this medium to call on all the Kalens, both home and abroad, to give them every assistance needed in showcasing our culture. Apoy, Ìlàjẹ, Ìkálẹ̀, all of us will contribute to make sure we make our contribution towards, showcasing our cultural heritage. Having said that, parting words again to our people back home, just be wary of your surroundings, and if you are making a journey, make sure you inform 1 or 2, 3 people of your next destination. If you are boarding a vehicle, make sure you have the particulars, the details of that vehicle. Send it to 1 or 2, 3 people. This thing you are carrying in your hand